We are the wretched of the earth, the labor that moves the sand. We are barrio dwellers cutting cross communal skies. We are loving abuelos and abuelas. We are community builders stopping gentrification. We are presos políticos. We are freedom fighters. We are peasant farmers, urban harvests. We are the children of Latin America.
The artist known as Reyes is on a fast track to share with the world his culture and identity. He fights racism and advocates for empowerment, hope, and inspiration.
This is all.
Yo, this is ReyesPoetry.com, and we are in East LA, Boyle Heights to be exact. We are in Phoenix, Arizona, and we are in El Barrio in New York City, East Harlem, and we are in Pittsburgh, Kansas, while I'm on tour.
In Mad City, Madrid.
Yo, we are in the Bronx.
What I mean by that is that I want you to think about your dreams.
He's traveling the world. His narratives are infused in rhythmically crowd-pleasing performances that sometimes shock the listener. His work challenges and confronts the many social ills that communities of color must overcome. He's grabbing their attention.
I want to be as free as those who pass. I'm talking Malcolm, Che, the souls that last through death and conception. This is my rebirth, the resurrection. I use these words as a weapon. Spark it up and pass it around. This is a session, expand your mind.
One would wonder what would spark such passion in a young man from Saginaw. His evolution as an activist began at the age of 14 while attending Saginaw's North Middle School with his Spanish teacher mentor, the late Dr. Raul Salazar.
I have to credit Dr. Salazar in a lot of ways for exposing me to a world that I didn't know existed. Basically, he just gave me the tools to be able to kind of understand colonialism and racism. In that way, I think he was one of the first people to spark my political consciousness.
In 1996, Mike joined a local youth group called Club Diferencia that promoted unity, la raza, and culture. They produced a TV show called Canta Conmigo, highlighting events and music. It would be a precursor to his work today.
Club D was a formation of all the different high schools from Bridgeport, Louisville, Arthur Hill, Saginaw High, Carlton, Heritage, and basically it was a group of Latino students that would meet once a week, and Mika and Val would bring us together, which were kind of like our mentors and kind of, I guess, the organizers of the group. In that club, really, I was exposed to learning how to lay out a newspaper article, learning how to write an article, learning how to do television production, doing a television show consistently, which was called Canta Conmigo, and creating an alternative space to kind of what was out there, because we didn't really have a space as the young Latinos to hear our voices heard, to see our work out. And with Larry Rodardi from Mi Gente, all of those kind of mentors fused this space together at a time when it was really important. Also, Bobby De Leon was a part of that grouping to come together and try to get this TV show off. And pretty soon we were traveling to like the Tejano Music Awards, we were filming shows, and here we are at 15, 16 years old, doing stuff around culture and what it meant to be Mexican and raising money for scholarships. And so for me, those early days as an organizer and not looking at it as an organizer, back then it was just something to do after school and we thought it was a good project. But really it was organizing, community organizing, grassroots organizing, was creating an institution that was really important that wasn't there before. So Canta Conmigo and Club D, Club Diferencia is really important in my own political development, my own cultural work, because it showed me that you could create your own space. And so as a poet, I was able to take away that you don't have to wait for someone to give you a space. You create your own lane, you make your own CDs, you make your own books, you go out and tour.
Want to go to college? Raise your hand up. How many of you want to finish high school? How many of you want your parents to have a better life and yourself to have a better life?
I really try to use the poetry part of my work to engage people to become active agents of change in their community and in their campuses. I want you to feel inspired that you'd be able to do that, because I know what it feels like to be isolated. I know what it feels like to not have hope, and I think it's important that we understand that there is still spaces to have hope. As an artist, I have years of experience performing. I've been featured on HBO, PBS, Chicago Public Radio, NPR, Latin Nation, and it's really given me the experience to reach people on a national level.
Breakers, DJs, MCs, painting poems on walls. We're the spy.
Actor, poet, activist, community organizer, Michael Reyes wears several hats while attempting to turn all that is ugly in his path into a beautiful story of empowerment, hope, and inspiration, all while standing on the shoulders of giants. Adelante.
Luchando mano a mano, we are the new American dream. We are those who create love from hate, hope from despair, compassion from...